I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Father Time Network. Hope everyone is doing well. My name is Anthony, and on this platform I talk about how important it is to be a father. I'm here to make being a father cool again. But before I continue, let's get into that intro. Being a father is not for the weak. If you're the type of person you only can physically take care of yourself, or you can barely take care of yourself, you may want to think twice about bringing a child into this world. Because when you have a newborn, let's talk about a newborn baby, a fresh baby, just came out the womb, can't walk, can't hold his head up, a newborn baby. That's going to take a lot physically. That baby is going to be up every hour and a half. You got to change the diapers. You got to go buy diapers. You got to go buy milk, formula, if your woman doesn't breastfeed. And that child is going to want a bottle every hour and a half. So imagine doing that. You're up every hour and a half, and the child may not even go right back to sleep after that. The child may be up for 5-6 hours, go to sleep for 45 minutes. You're thinking you about to get rest, and they pop right back up crying, wanting a bottle. You got to change the diapers. So imagine that, and then you got to wake up and go to work. That takes a lot. And if you know that you're not built like that, you may want to think twice about having a child. I see it all the time, these new parents having children. A woman may carry the child for 9 months, give birth to the child and everything. 6 months in, the child is found in the dumpster. Or they've killed the child or drowned the child. They were not ready for the physical demand it takes to be a parent. Some of these women get baby fever. They see somebody else with a child. Oh, I got baby fever. I want a kid. Are you ready to deal with the responsibility of having a child? A lot of men, oh, I want a son. I want a little me. Are you ready to deal with the responsibility of having a little you? That means taking care of someone other than yourself. And if you barely can take care of yourself, you're not ready for a child. Juggling the responsibility of having a child is rough as well. Because as a man, you may make more money than your lady, or your lady may make more money than you. Somebody has to buy these diapers, and when I tell you buy these diapers, you're going to be buying a lot of diapers. All the things that a baby requires, someone is going to have to buy that. And then when it comes to the parents going to work, who's going to stay home and watch the kid? Who's going to go to work? Do y'all have money to pay for daycare? Do you know how much daycare is? Daycare is very expensive. There's people paying $200 a week, $225 a week for daycare. So if you don't have a support system and someone that can take care of your child that you trust while you go to work, you may not want to have a child. I'm just trying to enlighten you and let you know what goes on, what comes with having children. Because I see it all the time on social media and on the news, how these new parents take the lives of their newborn babies. It's not the child's fault. You brought this child into the world, and now you feel like you can't handle it. It's too much pressure, and you want to take the child's life. Being a parent is hard work. It's not fun and games. You have to wake up every single day and take care of your children. If you're sick, it doesn't matter. If your job lays you off and you don't got no money, it doesn't matter. If the landlord raises the rent and all of a sudden you can't pay it, it doesn't matter. If you're sick, you still got to wake up, sick or not, and take care of these babies. If the landlord raises the rent, you still have to provide shelter or roof over for your children. It's hard work being a parent. It's not easy. Emotional stress. Women deal with what you call postpartum. I think that's what it is, right? When they stressed out, their body not looking right, they're trying to get snapped back after having a child. But you don't often hear people talk about the stress that fathers go through, dealing with the responsibility of taking care of a child. Because after a woman gives birth, they take time off work. But as a man, physically, you can get right back to work. So now you got to deal with going to work. Then when you come home, you got to take care of your lady because she's going through postpartum, and you got to take care of the child, your newborn baby. That's a lot of work. And if you're not ready for that, you may not want to have a child. You know, society says once your child turns 18, 21, your job as a parent is done. Your child is an adult. That's not reality. Me personally, I'm going to hold my kids down for the rest of their lives. Well, as long as I'm living, should I say. It doesn't stop at 18 and 21. If my child calls me at 26 years old and says, "Dad, I need your help," that's my child. I'm going to help. You can do what you so well pleased to do. But I'm just letting you know, being a parent is hard work. This is not something that you can just turn on and turn off when you feel like it. Once you have a child, you are now obligated to take care of this person, this baby, every day. So again, if you're the type of person that you can barely take care of yourself, you still trying to figure life out, you living in your mama house, you don't got no car, you don't got no bank account, you don't got no money in your pocket, don't have no child. You may want to think about having an abortion. Me personally, I don't believe in abortions. But I can't stand to see these new parents killing their newborn babies because they just can't deal with the physical demand that comes with having a child. This is another thing that you may want to ask yourself if you planning on having a child. This goes for the father. If that woman leaves you, she may, God forbid, pass away. She may have to go into a rehab because she got hooked on drugs. Anything. She just leaves. She doesn't want to deal with the children. Can you take care of your babies by yourself? If you know that you can't take care of them babies by yourself or a child by yourself, you may not want to have kids. There's a lot of men out here that are single fathers, taking care of their babies by themselves. And let me tell you, it's not easy. Fortunately for me, I have a support system. My kids never went to daycare. I didn't have to pay that $250, $275 a week. And that's one of the things I asked myself when I was about to have children. I sat down with the mother of my kids. Yo, who gonna take care of these kids or the baby while we go to work? We need to start getting all this figured out. And luckily, luckily, thank God to the grandparents of my children. They always held us down. I was able to always give my children to their grandparents while me and the mother went to work. But if you don't have no support system, if you don't have a mother that's willing to help you out, a cousin, an auntie, a friend that you trust, man, daycare is very expensive and you may not want to have a child. A lot of times you'll have a man tell a woman, oh man, I want to be a family. I want to have children together. As soon as that woman gives birth to them kids or that child, they ain't nowhere to be found. Or the woman picking up the phone saying, hey, the kid need diapers, they need shoes, where you at? Next thing you know, the father not picking up the phone. He's not showing up. I've seen that happen too. Because it's not for the weak. Being a father, having children is not for the weak. Some of these men do roll out when it comes to handling their responsibility because they just not physically strong enough to do it. So to all the women, before you give birth to a man's child, make sure that man is a stand-up guy. Make sure the things that he's telling you is just not something to put in your ear to make you feel good and you just going with it. Look at the man that you're dealing with. Do he got a car? Do he got his own crib? Is he a go-getter? Is he waking up every single day going to go get it? Is he still living in his mama house? If you can't check all the boxes, indicating that man can not only take care of himself, but he can take care of you and them babies, you may not want to have a child. To all the fathers, the same goes for you. If you got a chick and you like, man, I want this chick to have my baby, you better analyze that woman very closely. Is she a go-getter? Is she lazy? Does she take care of herself? When you go to visit her, is her house clean? Does she have a car? What's her goals? If you can't check all the boxes, you may not want to have a child by that woman because you're going to be stuck taking care of those babies by yourself. And again, when it comes to being a parent, man, it's not easy. It takes a lot. I just wanted to put this message out there. When it comes to this parenting thing, it's not for the weak. If you're a weak person and you can barely take care of yourself, having a child is not for you. If you got a friend or something and you got baby fever, you may want to go babysit their child or ask them, if you got to go to work, drop the kid off to me so you can get that baby fever out of you. But before you think about bringing a child into this world, you want to make sure that you can take care of yourself and you can take care of that child by yourself if need be. This is the Father Time Network, and I'm here to make being a father cool again.